Speaker. So transitional housing is a key part of our government's housing strategy, and Lennon House, located in Rustico, houses 27 residents and has proven success supporting people as they move from crisis to stability. It offers a supportive, substance-free recovery environment for people struggling with addictions and co-occurring mental health issues, away from the triggers found in large centres like Charlottetown and Summerside. It's not just effective, it's community-backed, Mr. Speaker. Local organisations like the Cimbria Lions Club and businesses like Blue Bay Farms have stepped up with donations and land. Without Lennon House, many of its residents would remain stuck in the cycle of addiction, ending up in shelters, hospital beds, or even jail cells. Question to the Minister of Housing, Land and Communities. Does the Minister believe that Lennon House deserves adequate baseline funding to ensure it can continue playing its critical role in achieving government's mental health and housing goals?
The Minister of Housing, Land and Communities.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I don't know if that type of funding would fall directly under me, but I know that there's definitely a gap where we do transitional housing, and that's something that I've talked about in the House here a number of times, and that's something that I think now that we have our sheltering services down there and our wraparound services kind of working, that we really have to focus heavily on that transitional housing so we don't get people stuck in a gap where they should be moving on and they're not. But I'd be more than happy to sit down and discuss funding for Lennon House, and I certainly am supportive of the work that they do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for Rustico Emerald.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And that's one of the points I'm trying to make here, is that in order to support organizations like Lennon House, it has to be a multi-department effort. For example, they're applying right now for energy efficiency funding through the Department of Environment, Energy and Climate Action. They do incredible work, Mr. Speaker, but unfortunately, it's at its breaking point. The Executive Director is currently doing double duty, trying to run the organization while also managing residential services. That's not safe and it's not sustainable. In November, Lennon House submitted a proposal for a Director of Resident Services, a position designed to help provide professional oversight and continuity of care. This was a budget request. Question to the Minister of Finance. Minister, is government funding for this proposed Director of Resident Services position in the budget that was just tabled?
The Minister of Health and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I will take this question. I am familiar with the Lennon House file. My understanding, I believe August of last year, we committed to a 3-year funding agreement with Lennon House, which has some incrementals that move up throughout those 3 years of programming. So again, we do support nonprofits. The Green Party doesn't want us to support nonprofits and help in the community, so we'll continue to do that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for Rustico Emerald.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thanks to the Minister for that 3-year agreement. But, Mr. Speaker, it's simply not enough. They're running a deficit. I think it's around $160,000. They're trying everything at Lennon House to make ends meet. They're housing individuals on social assistance, but not receiving the shelter portion directly. They're navigating multiple departments, from health to housing to energy efficiency, trying to find support. Despite all this, they continue to deliver results, evolve programming, and meet the needs of vulnerable islanders. A question to the Premier. Will the Premier commit to considering funding for Lennon House at the Executive Council level, both around the Cabinet table and at the Deputy Minister's table, to ensure that it is included an essential partner in delivering government's mental health and housing strategies?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Health and Wellness.
I'd like to answer this question. I think, again, you've identified a gap with the Lennon House, again, in their funding. They do phenomenal work. The 4 phases of stay that they implement there, where you have to apply to move to the second phase of that stay program. I think it's a conversation between housing and ourselves in order to support this group. So, again, we know with the budget that we have lots of needs. We've seen how aggressive our budget has been to try to serve the needs of those communities. So again, we will do our best, and we'll talk with housing, we'll talk with our mental health supports, and again, energy efficiency and anything we can help to make that run their operations is a great move as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The member for